never find a more diverse local government area than Wyndham. 48% of the 275,000 residents that we have are migrants. We've got over 100 countries represented in our city, each of which presents a series of challenges around how you communicate.
The city of Wyndham, west of Melbourne, has become one of the nation's COVID hotspots. It now has 996 confirmed cases, the highest number in the country. And 11 businesses in Victoria have been identified as major clusters. Local Echo is isolating at home after testing positive to the virus. He works at the JBS meat processing factory, where 82 cases have now been linked to the abattoir.
When I got home at night after work, I got a fever and took medicine. I went back to work on the 13th, and on that day, our workplace was told to get tested for COVID-19. I had a bit of a cough at that time, so I took the test, and the next day, the result came stating that I was positive.
Echo says his employer JBS has been deducting annual leave instead of sick leave for the weeks he's been at home with the virus, even though he's a permanent full-time employee.
I have more than 100 hours of sick leave. I saw that they did not count my days off from my sick leave.
JBS insists that any worker who tests positive to the virus is entitled to take sick leave. In a statement, the company claims there's been confusion among our workforce about the type of leave employees are entitled to take. However, after 7:30 contacted JBS, they offered to change Echo's annual leave to sick leave.
If you've got the coronavirus, you are certainly sick, and it is sick leave, not annual leave. The individual worker, especially when they're insecure and especially when they don't have English as a first language, they are so vulnerable to being exploited, exposed, getting infected. It's those workers that are now becoming the fodder, really, for the coronavirus pandemic.
The majority of cases in this latest outbreak are being spread throughout workplaces in essential industries like abattoirs and aged care, where working from home is impossible. The Victorian Premier is imploring workers to stay home if they have symptoms and has offered an emergency payment of $1,500 for workers who are required to isolate with COVID but do not have paid sick leave.
Too many people are still going to work.
But Sally McManus from the Australian Council of Trade Unions says it's not so straightforward for many workers who are on casual contracts or don't have paid sick leave.
People who are insecure workers who don't have sick leave also can be sacked at will. Insecure work is driving the second wave that's occurring.
In a statement, Industrial Relations Minister Christian Porter told 7:30 he's working to identify links between unpaid leave and workplace transmission in consultation with the ACTU. 65-year-old Koori shares a house with 8 other family members across 3 generations. They all got COVID a fortnight ago.
When I sleep at night, I felt chills and aches.
His son-in-law works at another local meat processing plant, Somerville Retail Services, and unwittingly brought the virus home.
He felt sick, took paracetamol and went back to work. After it happened twice, we drove him to have a test. Both he and his wife, my daughter, had a test. Our whole family went for tests. We were tested positive.
After 2 weeks at home, Koori and his family are mostly feeling better. They all still rely on a weekly SBS Burmese radio show to keep them informed about the virus.
We had 2 primary testing sites for drive-throughs. None of them were on weekends. And so we've got workers that really are that disadvantaged.
27-year-old Josh Gilligan is the mayor of Wyndham.
Delivering 600 meals a week, 250 hampers that are comprised of staples to hundreds of families, some of which have COVID, who cannot leave their home. They don't have the support networks like most of us do. We're making sure that the families in these homes don't have to choose between making sure they have food to live on versus leaving the home.
Echo is still recovering from the virus and says he's grateful for the help and supplies he's received from his church and local community.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.